What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure wish list video. And what we're going to be doing today is discussing something I haven't really discussed in a while in terms of making a wish list. It is none other than Dragon Ball. And you guys already know, lately I've been reviewing some of the third-party Dragon Ball stuff, which kind of got me back in that Dragon Ball mode. And I'm pretty sure Sparking Zero also had a lot to do with it because I've been on that game nonstop. But yeah, I feel like this is just in time. Everyone loves a good action figure wish list video, and it's right on time for Tamashii Nation's Action Figure Festival, which is going to be taking place November 15th, where apparently they're going to be showcasing a lot of figures. Of course, some of them are going to be Dragon Ball related, and so that's what we're going to talk about, my wish list, and hopefully I do see some of these figures there. If not, it is what it is. This is just for fun, but you guys already know how these videos work. Go ahead and drop a like for your boy, as I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or you're new here, and let's get right into it. We're going to be discussing 12 different figures that I want in the Dragon Ball line starting now. So these aren't going to be in any particular order in terms of how quickly I want them, except for number 1. That one I definitely want the most. But coming in at number 12 is none other than King Vegeta. And yeah, all right, I know. Relax. I have a valid reason for wanting this figure. Let me explain to you guys. Okay, actually, I don't have a valid reason. I just think he's cool, man. I feel like this would be a dope figure to add to your collection. And I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I want the Dragon Ball Z version of King Vegeta. I don't want the Dragon Ball Super redesign, man. It looks trash to me. I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. I feel like they really detracted how cool he looked. I know he's not a very popular character, and he really doesn't even have any badass moments, but I would love to have a King Vegeta in figure form. The only accessory I would say I want with him is a neutral expression and one where he gets one-shotted by Frieza. Like, that's probably his most iconic moment, it's sad to say, but I definitely want that. This is a figure I would be very happy to see. I'm not expecting it, but I do want it. Coming in at number 11 is one I feel like many of you guys will agree with, and it's none other than Tapion from the Dragon Ball movie Wrath of the Dragon, yo. I always remember Tapion as a character when I was a kid. I remember seeing the Dragon Ball Wrath of the Dragon movie, and I just thought he was so badass, man. And to this day, I still think he is such a fire character, man. I love his design. I love his story. I love his motive. And I feel like he's a character that, if you know him, you have to love him. I don't know anyone that hates the character of Tapion. And so I would just absolutely love to have him in figure form, even though he's not that powerful of a character, man. He's someone that I wish there was a way he could have stuck around in Dragon Ball outside of just the Wrath of the Dragon movie, man. When it comes to him, we don't need a whole lot of accessories. Obviously, he's going to need a sword. I would hope that the scarf is articulated. He's going to come with several probably serious expressions, maybe a soft one where he's kind of calming down a bit in case we get a Kid Trunks, because, you know, he did kind of open his heart to Kid Trunks, which I really love the dynamic between the two of them as well. This is just a figure I think would be cool, man. I would love to have a Tapion figure, and so he had to make the list. So I'm going to be sticking with movie characters for a little bit just because we don't have many of them. Coming in at number 10 is none other than the fusion of Garlic Jr. and Vegeta, the Trump supporter himself, Super Android 13. Somebody mad somewhere, but I don't care. Either way, bro, this movie was straight trash, man. But I don't know, something about the character of Super Android 13 I love. Like, this design was just, it was overly ridiculous because it looked nothing like his original appearance in the series. And even though this movie is just ridiculous, I still love watching it, man. And so I would really enjoy having him in my collection, beating the crap out of Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin. This is just a random one that hopefully we do get soon. I don't see it coming, but I still think it would be a fun figure itself. For the most part, you just need a neutral expression, a smirk, one or two angry faces, and he definitely needs his red key blast. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, we definitely got to get that. And as long as we get those things, this would be a very dope ass figure. Coming in at number 9 is one that really doesn't take much of an explanation for people to understand why it is wanted. This is a character that plenty of people in the Dragon Ball collecting community have been asking for, and it's none other than Janemba. Now for me, I think a lot of it has to do with his peak character design, but at the same time, he was extremely badass, and dude gave Goku and Vegeta a run for their money. Literally, when it came to this guy here, there were no other options to defeat him other than fusion. Like, this man really backed Goku and Vegeta into a corner, and it was just awesome to get to see Gogeta for the first time come out and just body this guy. And of course, it makes sense, he's the most badass fusion. But yeah, I think plenty of people would enjoy having this guy in their collection, and all we really need is a few facial expressions, his sword, several sets of hands, maybe some kind of energy effect, and we're cooking, yo. Like, it's not gonna take much. And obviously the sculpt and design has to be on point, because this is a mode Tamashii Nations cannot reuse ever again, but I'm pretty sure if they ever release this, it would definitely sell. Now, number 8 is yet another character I feel like doesn't really need much of an explanation. In my opinion, this was definitely one of the more interesting Dragon Ball movies. It had a story that I really thought was interesting to unfold, and I didn't really watch it just because I was waiting on the fight scenes to take place. And so coming in at number 8 is none other than Bojack. And when it comes to this character in particular, I don't care whether they give us a full power Bojack or even Bojack when he was still kind of powered down in the coat and the bandana. Both looks for me are absolutely badass, and I feel like no matter how they decide to release a figure of Bojack, it's gonna sell. People are going to enjoy it, and it would definitely rake in a lot of money for Tamashii Nations. So this is a character I really do hope that we see sooner rather than later. Coming in at number 7 is a peak Dragon Ball movie character, and it is none other than Dr. Whis. What did he say? Coming in at number 7 is none other than the GOAT himself, my favorite Dragon Ball villain, Perfect Cell. And I know some people are probably going to be like, well, we need second form Cell because we already got perfect form Cell and we got first form Cell. And you're right. They did release a perfect form Cell years and years ago that came back, and I believe they released a not a web exclusive, but an event exclusive, and then even another re-release of it that was like a repaint edition. But there was one problem. That figure was not perfect. This right here is one we need because we need a perfect version. And considering the fact that Tamashii Nations has gotten so much better when it comes to making Dragon Ball figures, I feel like a redesign of this character with some new accessories, new expressions, new paint job, it's just really going to go crazy. And so that's why I had to put him on the list. 6 is a character that Tamashii Nations teased us with quite a while ago. It was definitely in the earlier years of the Dragon Ball line, and it is none other than Buhan. While he's not one of my favorite villains or even close to being at the top of the list, I do really like his design. And again, he's another character that really gave Goku and Vegeta a run for their money, and in order to even stand a chance, they had to fuse into Vegito, who is not as cool as Gogeta, but still, he had some pretty badass moments in this fight, and I feel like this is another figure that would be dope for our collection because of the fact we have gotten a few Vegito figures. Now, that being said, if they do release this guy, they are going to have to come out and give us a 2.0 or 3.0 Vegito where he's just Super Saiyan, because we've gotten the 2.0 Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, but we haven't gotten a 2.0 basically Dragon Ball Z Vegito. So if they release this guy, Vegito would definitely have to come before or alongside him, and I feel like a lot of people would enjoy having this figure. Number 5 is a figure that I feel like it's time for Tamashii Nations to release just due to timing alone, and not necessarily because it's one that people are really in a rush for, because we've waited quite a while for this, and there's plenty of collectors who have gotten their satisfaction from the Taunts and Arts figure. But one thing I know about Taunts and Arts is that they will continue to mass produce figures as long as people are going to buy them. The longer that Tamashii Nations waits to release a Kid Buu figure, the more people that are probably just going to give up waiting on them, and they're just going to get the Tauntaun Arts. And take it from me, I just reviewed that thing, and it is a phenomenal ass action figure. Whether you're a fan of third-party figures or not, it's one that's well worth adding to your collection. And so I think Tamashii Nations really needs to hurry up and give us this guy, because we've been waiting a while, and he's a fan favorite villain. So like, what's taking so long? We've literally only got Fat Buu and Super Buu. This guy has way too many forms for them to be taking this long to get to him. So come on, Tamashii, give us Kid Buu. Now, initially, number 4 was actually going to be Baby Vegeta, because I definitely wanted to add something from the Dragon Ball GT line. But after looking back and seeing all the figures that were released, I saw that we've gotten Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now, if you guys remember correctly, Vegeta actually went Super Saiyan 4, not with the intention of fighting Omega Shenron in that form. He wanted to fuse with Goku, become Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then take him down, because he knew the two of them alone weren't powerful enough. And so that's why I had to put him on the list, just because of the fact he is, in my opinion, a very iconic character, but he played a specific role in the story in terms of helping to take down Omega Shenron. Now, he didn't really succeed because of plot. You know, you guys know how that works. But still, just being who he is with this very cool and popular design that a lot of us didn't even question back in the day, such as why his hair is red, why his eyes are blue. He's just cool looking. And for that reason alone, again, we need Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And because I'm a Gogeta glazer, I'm just going ahead and admit it. And this is not the last time you're going to see him on the list. Now, coming in at number 3 is one of the characters that, of course, started it all. It is none other than Bulma. And I know we've already gotten 3 Bulma figures, but if you guys remember, 2 of them come from Dragon Ball, and then one of them comes from the Dragon Ball Z Frieza saga. But I want a more, I guess, towards end of Z Bulma, or at least something around the Android saga. Basically, I want a Bulma that I can pair up with my Vegeta, somewhere around the time that the two of them got together, because I really love Bulma and Vegeta as a couple, and I really love Bulma's later looks in the series as well. I feel like her designs were always peak after the Frieza saga. So yeah, I definitely want another Bulma. I don't care if it's a Dragon Ball Super Bulma. I'm fine with that. I just want another one that I will enjoy. Coming in at number 2 is one I think a lot of people probably will disagree with, but the Dragon Ball line does not have enough female characters anyway. And so I definitely feel like we should get as many of them as we can in figure form. And that is why I chose Chi-Chi for number 2, man. I really like Chi-Chi. I know she's meant to be written as an annoying character, but if you look at it, she really just wants the best for her son. She's the typical mom who wants to raise a scholar. She wants her son to be something. And so for the people that say she's annoying, chill out. She's meant to be written that way, but if you really take a look into her character, she's actually a really special character. And for what she puts up with married to Goku, I think that alone makes her worth it. Now, I don't care what design they go with. The one on screen right now would be my preferred look, but if not, I would definitely want an end of Z Chi-Chi, because she was gorgeous. I do absolutely love it. And that's why I want this figure. Now, number 1 is a figure that I had to put on this list for several reasons. 1, he's my favorite character. 2, he's the best fusion in the series. And 3, this is a figure that we should have gotten a long time ago, man. Even if it was put out as a repaint, some kind of exclusive at SDCC or NYCC, there is no reason for us to not have a Dragon Ball Z Super Saiyan Gogeta, man. Like, he's the absolute GOAT. And since they already put out a Dragon Ball Super version of him, why have they not given us a repaint? Now, with it being years later, I wouldn't really even accept a repaint for a release of Super Saiyan Gogeta. Nah, I want an entirely new figure. If they use parts from the old one, it is what it is. But in the modern day, we've gotten 3.0 figures, and so there's no need for them to backtrack and reuse a old mold to release this guy. I want them to go all in on this release. And it's not like he needs a lot of expressions, because he was calm basically the whole fight. I think he might have gritted his teeth or yelled once. This man did not smile. He did none of that. He came in, got straight to business, finished the fight. The fusion was over, and that was it. So I want that Gogeta. And the only accessory I really ask for is the Soul Punisher or Stardust Breaker. I think Stardust Breaker was named, well, they named it that based on a video game. I think it's actually Soul Punisher. I'm not entirely sure. I don't care. We need that. And as long as they give us those accessories, I'm good. But Tamashii Nations, what are we waiting on, yo? We need a Gogeta. Like, stop playing around. And just like that, there you have it. My top 12 Dragon Ball wish list for the SH Figuarts line. Now, again, I want to specify this is a wish list. I'm not really expecting any of these figures to show up at Tamashii Nation's figure display on November 15th. It would be cool to see a couple of them, but I'm not getting my hopes up, yo. I guess I kind of want the characters that they are not really gravitating towards right now, but it is what it is. Now I want to know, what do you guys want to see? Is there anything on this list that you agree with? Did you agree with the whole list? Did you completely disagree? Do you kind of like it? What characters do you want to see? Whatever you guys want to comment in the comment section below, feel free to do so. Now, for the time being, hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.